All right, hello and welcome to the eVenture family channel. So today we are going to be checking out the Chevy Silverado EV. This is the RST trim. It is the more customer-facing one after the work truck, which had launched, I think about a year or so ago, which was meant to be, you know, the work truck a little bit more Spartan and bare bones. This is the really nice, almost luxurious, more performance-oriented and capable and fully featured and functioned version. It is definitely not cheap, but it has got some absolutely mind-blowing specs from the space, the range, battery capacity, towing capacity, and even the performance numbers too. So we're gonna check this out. I've got my awesome friend here from Shumacher Chevy in Livingston, Dave B. You can find his channel, I'll have it linked in the description down below. Dave B sells Chevy, and he is a wealth of knowledge about this. I think, you know, I've absolutely loved working with him. He is the most knowledgeable person that I've found around EVs from a dealership perspective, especially, you know, for like a more legacy kind of brand like Chevy, but true EV enthusiast as well. So looking forward to chatting with him in here. So come along with us and let's go for an adventure. All right, well, we're here inside the Silverado EV now. So we've got Dave B, like I said, one of my absolute favorite EV enthusiasts out there.
Thank you.
An awesome role model for a YouTube channel too. So I'll definitely have the link for your channel
yeah, for
here
sure.
Also. People should definitely check that out because you get, you know, as the dealer, you get access to like all of these vehicles as they come through.
Right, yeah, exactly. We're driving right now without one pedal on, which, you know, obviously we can turn that on.
Yeah.
We're also in normal mode versus wide open watts.
Okay.
So we'll kind of experience some of that stuff while you're out there.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love, like, already just immediate impression here is that this just feels like sort of a stretched out version of our Equinox.
Correct.
Like everything, like, I guess, you know, the overall branding umbrella is Ultium, but that's not only the battery technology and everything, but like all of this experience.
Correct.
I think is just really cool how it goes throughout not only all of like Chevy's lineup, but also GM's lineup. So like I've sat inside now a Lyric, we saw the Optic and the, what do you call it, the big Escalade IQ, and all of that like is just very familiar. If
you can hop in any one of them and kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah,
once you're in one. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and so it feels like the screen is a little bit bigger on here than the Equinox.
17.7. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. And so, and now I don't remember what it is on the Equinox and the Blazer.
The Traverse is a 13. That's probably a 13.
Yep.
And this is the 17.
Yeah. It definitely combination of like the screen and then like the vents too is so big. It makes it feel quite a bit bigger. And then I think the driver's gauge is probably about the same. This says 11 inches.
Right.
So I'm a big fan of this setup here. Like it was one of the first things when we, you know, first saw the Equinox that jumped out to me and like really makes it feel like a nice modern vehicle.
Right.
Just like so expansive, and then everything on here is so responsive too.
I'm a big fan of the horizontal layout. Like when you go into the GMC, it's the vertical layout.
Oh, okay.
Like a Tesla look or so, or
yeah.
You know, so I actually am a big fan of the horizontal look. I think it gives you great access of looking out your windshield. You can see the whole hood, the dash. You know, you're able to lower everything down.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
don't have a big screen.
Yeah.
Not that those screens are that high, but I think it's a smoother layout and easier on the eyes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't even totally remember that, but yeah, and the Hummer definitely has the like portrait layout for this.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay, it's cool. Like one of the things I learned about as I was researching the different GM vehicles and stuff is that essentially like this whole stack here is sort of like customizable from vehicle to vehicle, and one of the like even in terms of the hardware. And so one of the things is this knob here is not like integrated. It's not actually built into the screen here. It's a Bluetooth low energy device that is essentially like glued on here.
Oh, really?
And it is wireless.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then cool. I think all of the Chevys have it in the same place, but like the Cadillac has the knob down here.
Right.
I don't remember like in GMC where it is, but
like the bottom center of the screen or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Right.
So they can like shift it around and stuff. Yeah, which is really cool. And then otherwise, like I guess from a overall software experience here. So this is Android Automotive, right? I always get them mixed up between Android Auto is projecting from your phone.
Correct, which does not have.
Yeah,
right.
And Android Automotive is like this built-in kind of Google experience.
Right.
And then I think it's AAOS AOSP, Android Automotive Open Source Project.
Okay.
Is yet another thing that Rivian uses, and I'm sure a couple of others do too, which is just the core operating system with no like UI on top of it, which gives you some of the other stuff. But the cool thing with this is like you have all of these Google apps built in here, like Google Assistant, you have the Play Store to be able to install stuff from there. So that gives you a lot of your media playback,
yeah, you
and
can
even
download
like navigation.
Spotify, Pandora, Waze, all that sort of stuff right to the screen.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think like by default it doesn't have too many of those, but
no.
Yeah, you can get all of that stuff in here. And yeah, and like you mentioned, Waze I think is another cool one too. Like you're not just stuck with, not that Google Maps is bad, but like you're not just stuck with that either.
Right. And it integrates to the phone easy, where it'll give you a QR code. You scan the QR code with your phone, and then it's going to integrate your phone setup already right into the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
For those different features, so your locations and your music, all that sort of stuff will be basically the same as your phone, just on screen.
I love like
and
in
it's
ours
8 years included.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I've got a couple of questions and comments on videos and social media about what are you going to do when that stuff ends, and it's like it's 8 years, and a lot can change in 8 years.
A lot can change in 8 years.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, I love like you go in here. I signed in, and immediately it had home, work address in there, all of my starred locations and stuff from Google, which is was so like seamless and easy. Like and there's a lot of controversy about CarPlay and
not having CarPlay. Yeah,
but I think this is
most people, once you get in, it's a little bit more of a setup. Whereas CarPlay, it just links automatically. Everything's there. Obviously, it's easier. But once you get it set up once, and you can kind of customize how you want to use it, it works fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a one-time cost, and then I think afterward it's a better experience in my opinion. You have much bigger, more responsive screen, and I like the layout of this honestly a lot more than CarPlay. Like in CarPlay, even getting a view like this where you have your media and the maps together, you can do it, but like there's a lot of wasted real estate there, and for me at least, I always I use like the Apple Calendar for work, and so I always have 10,000 people's out of offices and stuff on there. And so that's just wasting like a quarter of that screen basically. Whereas in here, you're not losing all of that. So I think this is definitely better. And this is just like, I'm so impressed by like how responsive everything is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's phenomenal. All right, I guess, let's actually
go for a spin, see what you think.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, so one pedal is actually on.
Oh, okay.
You can set levels just like you can in the Equinox. I don't know what you want it on.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely something I would recommend using. This truck weighs 9,000 pounds, just under. So that would definitely help save brakes in the long term.
For sure, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's do high and just see how that's tuned. I like overall how Chevy is like tuned the one pedal and the regen. I mean, having the customization is good. I'm sure a lot of people new to EVs probably don't want to start with high, but coming from other EVs where I'm used to it, like having that high is great. Like it is, you can totally rely on it. It is substantial.
And it's a small learning curve.
Yeah.
You get in the car for a couple hours on the first day, and you'll get a feel for it.
Yeah. I'm being very gingerly. This might be the biggest thing I've driven. To be honest, maybe not. I guess. This is a little bit bigger than like a F-150.
Probably. I had it parked the other day next to our 2500 HDs, and it was about the size of that.
Okay, yeah.
So it definitely, it's definitely between a 1500 and 2500. It seems.
Yeah. It moves though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of power. So I think I saw. Like 600 or so horsepower?
754 horsepower with wide open watts, which is a button in the drive mode. So when you have your drive mode screen here, you would just press that button. And it gives you like a little audio noise, and you have more of a motor sound. It's all simulated, but gives you like a next generation car type of experience.
Yeah. I like the that is wow, and then the Hummer has Watts to Freedom. Yep. WTF. I wish each like Ultium vehicle had their own little take on it. I don't know what the one for the Equinox would be, but something like that. And then and so this even is a little bit different in terms of the drive modes than what we have in the Equinox also. So there we have just normal, sport, and my mode, which is what I've been using because you can customize brake regen feel, the steering feel, I think pedal mapping, and you can turn on and off the like engine,
the motor noise.
Which Yeah. It's not super distracting or anything, but I didn't need that. But here we've got off-road and towing.
Yeah, and off-road, this truck does have the suspension that you can lift higher or lower, so you can raise it 2 inches.
Oh, wow.
From the lowest to the highest point. And there's buttons on the control. You can do that. I imagine off-road, you'll have that ability too. This way you'd have better ground clearance.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the info screen is pretty cool because it tells you exactly what. It also could stiffen up the shocks, most likely, is it'll do a little bit of that.
Okay, yeah.
The info screens are pretty cool. I noticed on these where it kind of gives you like a real-world example of how or why you should be using that particular mode.
Okay, yeah,
Just to kind of better explain it, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, okay, yeah, no, I'm even like looking around here. I see it. So it's got I think it's the like brake settings for trailer.
That's a trailer brake controller, yep. So this will tow up to 10,000 pounds.
Okay.
And trailer brakes, when that's integrated to the vehicle like that, this has stability management and stability control. Okay. It will actually pass that information to the trailer brakes as well to help stop trailer sway. Oh, wow. So if you get into kind of one of those tough situations on a highway, it'll hopefully help straighten the vehicle back out and regain control.
I think I saw also this is one of, if not the only EV overall that allows the automated driver assistance while trailering.
Super
also
Cruise with trailering, yeah, correct.
Which is pretty cool if you're, I guess, doing a big cross-country.
Yeah, it just helps reduce some fatigue. Yeah. You know, you can have your hands on your lap and just let the car, or truck, I should say, do its thing. Yeah. I was saying before, I haven't unfortunately had a chance to do very much driving with Super Cruise yet in the Equinox because I'm driving like 5 miles on local roads each day. But the like 10 seconds that I used it the one day, it seemed good. Yeah. I'll definitely, once I have a chance to do more of that, I'll do a more in-depth video on that. Just in the vehicle.
The sister over there, Hummer pickup. Yeah. I saw that the GMC Sierras, which are the other sibling to this, are like starting to show up in dealer inventory.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff online, people putting some content out and all. Yeah. I haven't seen one in person as of yet.
I've seen one at like the auto show, but that's it.
There's a Ford. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lightning.
Yeah, this really does not feel as big. Yeah. Correct.
You would never think it was 9,000 pounds. With us, the two of us in it, we're over probably 9,100, 9,200 pounds.
Yeah, jeez. And you were telling me before, but what's the towing capacity?
10,000 pounds.
Okay. So that's about as high as you can get in a...
our Silverado 1500s are around 9 to 92. It depends on how it's outfit. Okay. You know, with this, obviously, if you're towing, battery range will most likely suffer. No different than gas mileage suffers in a gas car. Sure. So it really come down to who's buying it. Like as a salesperson, I would always recommend if someone's towing more frequently or on a regular basis, they probably at this point would want a gas vehicle, depending on what kind of towing and how far they're going. Sure. Yeah. You know, if you got someone who's towing, but they're only towing 50 miles a day, well, then they can surely use this. No problem at all.
Oh, definitely.
You know, multiple days before having to recharge.
Yeah. So I think I saw in your video you said, so the range on here is what is it, like 440?
440, yeah. Correct.
You know, with probably the driving, like your driving would be similar to mine on a daily basis. Could go a month or more probably without charging this.
Yeah, I'm confident with my, I mean, I get 270 consistently out of my Bolt, which is rated at 247. So if this is rated at 440, I don't see how I wouldn't be able to get maybe 460, 470 out of it. Yeah. But again, where I'm on mostly roads like this, you're doing 40, 45, you know. Yeah. Once you hop on a highway, the higher speed you go, the more you're gonna, you know, drain that battery out. Yeah. It does seem like,
I guess to be fair, I haven't done a lot of highway driving in the Equinox, but it seems from what I'm getting, the consumption, or the efficiency is way higher than what I was expecting. And so, and even what it would seem like it should be from the calculated range. So I think in most cases, we're gonna be surpassing that EPA range also. Which is nice coming from, you know, some of the other EVs like Tesla, where we're kind of on the other side of that. All right, we're back after a GoPro overheat, and we were just talking about like the installation of charging and stuff around here. But I guess with a vehicle like this, you don't really even need it, especially like if you're charging at home. You're very, very rarely going to need, you know, something with this much range. You're not going to need to go out and charge in public very often at all. And if you're in New Jersey watching this, if I get this up in time, now is definitely the time to make your purchase of any EV, but especially like the Equinox and Blazer, because they've got the great deals on them right now. Because on October 1st, it's the sales tax.
New Jersey, yeah. So we haven't paid sales tax in New Jersey on EVs yet. That's going to start October 1st. It'll be half of the sales tax rate, so 3.1 something percent after October 1st.
Yeah, which is a good chunk of change on, especially something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the pricing on here?
This truck's $96,495.
Okay.
This is a launch edition RST, so it's basically every option you can get is in this truck.
Okay.
It's got the 4-wheel steering. It has the whole mid-gate. Like the work trucks don't have the mid-gate. They've reduced a lot of the equipment down. So this is basically the top-of-the-line version of what you can get.
Awesome. Yeah.
Right now, if you compare it to a 1500 Silverado, you can build one of those up to into the low 80s, depending on exactly how you configure it.
Yeah.
And then pay tax on it. So now that reduces that gap, actually.
Yeah.
At the moment, anyway.
Huh.
We'll go wide open watts.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
So we'll go drive modes. We'll hit this button.
Okay.
And now that's going to unleash the full power.
Okay. All right.
Of the truck.
I don't need to do like a brake launch mode.
No, nothing like that. I would just hang on to the wheel. I did it the other day, and I kind of got on it.
A lot of torque steer.
It felt like it had some torque steer.
Oh my God, yeah. Oop, lose the cameras. Yeah. We got a minivan and pull out in front of us, so we couldn't do that all the way, but still, that was that was a lot. Yeah.
0 to 60 is 4.5 seconds, which for something that's again 9,000 pounds, pretty amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God. I like the extra. And you even get like the extra noise.
Correct. Yeah, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people driving normal gas vehicles like we've all had in the past. They like the exhaust. They like that sound. So this is a newer version of that. It's a futuristic version of that, but definitely something that's pretty cool and customizable. You turn it off if you don't like it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun. I mean, this is a vehicle that you basically get everything. Like this is a no compromise vehicle. Right. You get the towing capacity, the cargo capacity. You have plenty of room for passengers, and then you're getting all of these nice features like there's ventilated seats in here. There's huge glass roof, and then you have all of that power also. Yep.
You can even hear the motor noise on the regen.
Yeah,
As you're slowing, you hear it more.
Spaceshipy.
Yeah, exactly.
What would be what's in this launch edition that would not be in like the base RST trim in the future?
So we're not quite there yet. What I know is on the work truck, you don't have, I believe, I'll double check. I'd have to double check the 4-wheel steering. I'm not sure if that's in a work truck. I haven't had a work truck here at the store yet. I know there is no mid-gate. Like here you have where you can drop the mid-gate. You have 10 foot, 10 inches from the back of the seats to the back of the load stop on the multi-flex tailgate. So when you think you can fit a 10 foot kayak in here, they show in the advertising the couch. Full on 3-cushion couch with the mid-gate mid-gate open. So that customization won't be there. So they're supposed to have a Z71, like an off-road version, or Trail Boss, I should say. Trail Boss. The ultimate goal, what they told us in training in the past at one of these events, was everything you have as a gas version, you will eventually hopefully have as an electric version. You'll have your choice. Do you want gas? Do you want electric? Oh wow! And have those 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 range trucks.
Wow. I think it's a smart strategy.
In time.
Yeah. But we're only at the kind of the cusp of this now. I mean, it feels like GM's lineup is really expanding a lot right now between Chevy having the 2 newer models, Cadillac's adding a whole lot of stuff right now. I don't know if there's anything planned for the future with GM, but it feels like we're going from kind of very few options to like a more end-to-end lineup now across all of the vehicles. And
with the Ultium platform, it's just going to be so much easier to do that. There's only 4 basic platforms for Ultium, and then on top of those 4 platforms is going to be your SUV, possible sports cars in the future, pickup trucks, whatever it is. So it's a lot easier to, I guess, design and reproduce and make different styles of vehicles.
All right, now that we're back, what have we not covered yet? What else should anyone interested in this know about this?
Well, I think like we were discussing in most of this video, it really can solve most people's transportation needs. Obviously it's a big money vehicle, so you're looking to spend some money, but if you were comparing it to a Cybertruck or a Rivian or something like that, they're all relatively, I would imagine, the same price point. So here you're getting really, I think, what ultimately would be the best package right now as an electric pickup truck. You can compare I think it looks nicest compared to this versus the Hummer. Like the Hummer, you got to kind of want that look, that off-road look. I actually think this looks a lot better, in my opinion. It's got a lot of Avalanche feels, like the old Avalanche, which was an extremely popular vehicle for Chevy back in the day. I almost think they should have just called it an Avalanche.
An
Avalanche EV. I think that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm not, I've never had a pickup truck. I've never been the most interested in it, but like now that they're going electric, I'm learning more and more about them. And there is such a strong affinity for the Avalanche nameplate
in that vehicle. Which essentially this is what that feels like. You know, Silverado is actually Chevrolet's #1 selling vehicle nationwide. You know, a lot of people buy them as families. You know, so you buy something like this, you can fit a family of 5 in it with comfort. You have, you know, obviously with an electric, you have the storage up front in this because you don't have an engine. You have the fold bed in the back. This one does have the optional tonneau cover on it, so it is, you know, covered for the elements, so you can use that bed as a trunk. And this gives you unlimited possibility. It really feels like you're not sacrificing anything in here, and you have so much optionality too. You almost would never, at least in my opinion, like I could never see really needing to take to tow like a huge trailer because you have so much space in the bed and then in the frunk. But if you need to, you have that option. You also have this like ridiculous range that is going to make it easy to road trip. And charging rate, the charging speed, which we haven't touched on. So on a 350 kilowatt charger, you'll get 100 miles in 10 minutes. So, you know, the idea of vehicles not being able to charge fast and just sitting around all day is really not the case anymore with some of these. And you got to look at how frequent someone does a road trip. Like you do a lot of road trips and a lot of videos, which is good. You can share that experience with people to kind of let them know. Me personally, I've gone on one road trip in the Chevy Bolt that I have in the 2 years that I've had it. You know, that trip, took me about 2.5 hours worth of charge time along the way. 510 miles. That's 2022. It's older, dated technology. Here, that same exact trip would have took me maybe 15 minutes of charging. And I would have had battery spare. So it's a completely different experience now. That's what I was going to say. Like we went up to all the way from New Jersey to Acadia National Park in Maine, which is about, it's a little over 500 miles each way, and then we drove around, so it ended up being a 1,200 mile road trip. But you know, so we could have basically made it almost entirely there on one charge. Probably done, you know, 15, maybe not even 15, maybe 10-minute charge up there. Had enough to get around for the days that we were there, and then one quick charge stop on the way back. I mean, that's nothing, and that's almost too little. Like I was saying in that video, with the Rivian even, that we're getting in our R1S about 300-ish miles of range. It's never like you're using the full thing. You're not going from 100% down to 0, but still, you know, you're talking, I think in a couple of cases, because we had some traffic and stuff, so we were going at a slower pace, we went like 4 hours without having to charge. It's too long, like especially with kids. Break. Exactly. You're going to stop and take that 10, 15, 20-minute bathroom break, get some snacks. And top off while you're there. So I really don't feel like it's that much of a sacrifice. So, you know, especially while on paper the cost of this, you know, is a bit higher than like the ICE equivalents because of incentives, because of the that sales tax thing, and I think, you know, you're going to very recuperate the cost in terms of the total lack of maintenance that you need to do here. Not putting gas in, and you know, just the range that you're going to get on here. And charging at home is cheaper. So much. I mean, at least here it is in New Jersey. Depending on your electric rate wherever you are, but and I think ours is pretty good for. I don't think it's, you know, the best in the country, but I think it's a bit better than average. For us, at least, we pay, it's 17 hours peak. 17 cents. 17 cents per kilowatt hour peak times, and I think it's 11 off peak, which I mean, like, especially at 11. And you know, you can any modern vehicle like this, you can set when you want it to charge. You plug it in and you just say, hey, start charging at X time, and you can, you know, correlate that with the off-peak time. So you're basically always going to get that off-peak rate. That is, you know, you're talking dollars to charge, you know, to basically fill the entire tank here, and then go 440 miles. How do you like the drive? I mean, it's awesome. It does not feel anywhere as big as it looks. As it looks, or as the numbers would dictate. I mean, to me, this feels a lot like the R1T, which is
smaller. So like there you're compromising more on bed space and definitely back passenger space too. This is huge. You know, four full-size adults could definitely fit comfortably back there, and I'd have no problem with all 3 kids. What did I say, 4? I meant 3. But like overall driving feel and stuff feels very similar to that to me. I think the air suspension in here helps a lot too. Keeps it very like,
we're actually
planted.
in off-road mode. We go back to normal. It'll probably be a little smoother, a little softer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
This is the best part too. You're driving down a big hill.
Yep.
We're in regen. So you're gaining
it back. Yeah.
You're slowing down the vehicle without doing really anything. You're gaining energy back into battery, and you're saving your brakes all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's just it's just so smart.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about it, if you were in a gas vehicle, you're going to have to downshift, use transmission, and with stick shifts you can do that and all, but no one ever does. You hit the brake pedal and you just heat your brakes up the whole way down.
Yeah, exactly. Just wearing them down and down, grinding them down.
That's my favorite thing, is just the quietness, the instant acceleration and torque, and one pedal driving. Like it's so easy when you're in a traffic jam. You don't even take your foot off the throttle. You're just feathering it as needed.
Yep.
Combine that with adaptive cruise and super cruise and stuff like that, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
smooths out the whole driving.
Yeah, I think driving an EV like this, especially, and I think the advantage gets bigger with the bigger size of the vehicle too. It is so much less fatiguing on you, especially on longer drives. Even in shorter drives, like around here with traffic and stuff, like you said, it is so much. Like you just have to do less stuff all of the time. There's less little micro decisions that you're making constantly. With an EV, because of that one pedal driving, because of the faster acceleration, that instant torque, and then the regen braking, like slowing you down so much faster too. I can't go back now at this point.
I know, that's the funny thing. I hear that all the time at work. Like every time we'll sell or someone will purchase an electric for the first time, you know, it's usually a conversation to make sure it worked for them, that sort of thing. And then by the time they come back to pick up their license plates in 2-3 weeks, it's I don't know how I would ever go back to gas. You know, or I drive this EV way more than I thought I would. My second car is a gas car, and I don't even take it out unless it's a super long trip. That sort of thing.
Do you find it's probably a bit early still in like this overall transition, but do you find in general, so like people picking up, you know, potentially their second EV, I would think there's a pretty big like, you know, kind of halo effect like that, where your first one is harder to make the leap, but then you have these experiences and you realize how much better it is for you.
Correct.
And so then you're more willing to, you know, change your second car. And do you see like any trend with that generally being someone would get something like this size first and then go and maybe get like something smaller like?
So we had the Chevrolet Bolt was our prime electric vehicle. It was probably one of, if not the least expensive EV on the market for quite a while. So we did a tremendous amount of those. And what we're seeing now is people that are looking to go into something a little bigger, whether they want an Equinox or a Blazer EV, and going out of that Bolt. I've also had a number of customers that when they discontinued the Bolt and we didn't have the Equinox out yet, they went to a Chevy Trax. So now they went from the Bolt to the Trax, and I heard the complete opposite. Now they're picking up their plates and like, I missed my car, my electric car, I missed the Bolt. So, you know, again, it depends on if it works for someone's personal lifestyle. But in most cases around here, people driving 10,000 miles a year, you know, 12,000 miles a year on average, it works. You know?
I think, I mean, there was a big eye-opening experience for me too, like getting into the Chevy world of things that I didn't have as much experience with before. The enthusiasm and passion and excitement for like the Bolt too is a big thing. There's a huge community of Bolt owners.
Yeah, everyone's looking for it to come back. Once it comes back as an Ultium. Because it's just it's a price point, and it's a little bit of a smaller vehicle usually. Or it is currently. We'll see what the redesign is.
Do you have any, or I guess, what's the latest on the lowest trim of the Equinox?
The 1LT? So nothing as of now. Apparently, originally they had said late 2024. That they weren't going to introduce it right up front, but I have nothing as far as what I can build or order as of yet.
So still remains to be seen. And I know things can obviously change, but that's the one that I think a lot of people are excited for because it was supposed to be around 35.
Low 30s before, you know, incentives and discounts and all that.
Which with stacking all of that on could, you know, especially with if you're eligible for the full federal tax credit, which the vehicle should be, but if from a personal standpoint,
correct.
That's a huge difference, under 30,000. So I think a lot of people are looking at maybe moving to that from a Bolt or, you know, I don't know, a Leaf or even like a one of the standard range Teslas or something. So hopefully we get that soonish.
Yeah. Whether it's a 26, maybe it'll introduce it sometime at 25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are there many changes that you see with the 25 model years for any of the?
No, not as of yet. Okay. I heard, and I'm not 100% on this, that the Equinox will have wireless charging.
Okay, yeah.
Which it doesn't now, and the blue accents on the inside of the LT, you'll be able to get in gray, I believe. Yeah. Again, not confirmed, but rumored.
Yeah, I kind of forget about the ability to like change this, but I think, this is the view I always use too, because it has I'm a nerd. I like as much information as possible.
The tech stuff and the kilowatts.
Yep. I love watching that, exactly how many kilowatts I'm getting accelerating and under regen and stuff. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, on the Equinox, one of the things I've heard from a few people is the on the LTs with that blue, there are fans of it and there are not so much fans of it. So I think probably having some optionality there might be a good thing. Super Cruise is already, you can even do it on the on-ramp, it looks like.
I don't have much experience with it. Yeah. I did it once in training and I had it on the road the other day only for one exit. So
I would say at this point, this is the most I've used it now. Yeah. Right now. I did like how it handled that though. Like I didn't have to turn it off. I just put the blinker on, I turned, and it it let me take. All right, so far Super Cruise seems to be doing a pretty good job. I messed it up and it was trying to do an auto lane change, but I thought it lost control and was like veering, so I took back control. But I think I would have done it fine. This is like one of the best systems that I've ever used though, maybe even would go as far as to say the best. I think it's awesome that it can read where you're looking even through sunglasses, and like it is fully hands off. I don't even have to keep my
no hands on the wheel. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like entirely hands off also, which I subconsciously keep putting my hands back there because I'm just not used to it.
It'd be interesting to see what it does because it's slowing us down because our exit is coming up.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
So it's going to pass.
Yeah. All right. So we have auto lane change here. Good. All right. So we still got a mile and a half before it needs to get back over. But so you think it's probably smart enough that it would know I need to exit.
I mean, we'll find out together.
Yeah.
It should, that or it's going to tell you to take control because we're going to be coming off a road that's mapped for the Super Cruise.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, it seems to be doing a really good job of being like dead in the middle of the lane too. Some of the other ones I find it kind of, it'll bounce back and forth. Yeah.
They also have park assist.
Okay.
If it has Super Cruise, so it can either back into a perpendicular spot, parallel spot, or pull out of one for you. So you basically just hit the button and throw your hands in the air.
In a half mile, take exit 4A for Eisenhower Parkway South.
See what it does.
Yeah. This is interesting that it moved us, which I guess here on a 3-lane road is okay. It moved us into the middle lane, is just kind of hanging out here. But I wonder, like, if it were a 2-lane, if it would take you back into the right lane.
So it looks like it's not moving.
Take exit 4A, then merge onto Eisenhower Parkway.
So we learned something new together.
There you go. Yeah.
And no brake pedal at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Yeah.
It's so great. There's also like a safety thing with one pedal driving. Because you think about it, if you're in a regular vehicle and something's about to happen, what do? You let go of the throttle and you're covering the brake. Well, you're already slowing down.
Yeah.
Before your foot even gets to the brake pedal, you're already in that motion. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even the half second or whatever it takes for you to physically move your foot from one to the other,
you've already slowed down quite a bit, especially in something like this when it's on the higher mode.
Yeah. I've noticed also, like one time where in the Equinox, somebody stopped very abruptly in front of me, and it actually started braking on its own, proactively for that, which is a nice safety feature too.
Yeah, for sure. We joke around. Right now at the dealership, there's 5 salespeople and 1 manager, all have electrics.
Okay, yeah.
Blazer EVs, Bolts, whatever.
Yeah.
So the one girl, Nia, who works here, she got her Blazer EV, and every time she backs up, to leave her spot, we'll like jokingly run towards the back of the car.
Yeah.
So it fires up the rear braking.
Yep.
I want to do a video like on all the safety features one day.
Oh yeah.
Try to make it comical in a sense, but informational at the same time. I gotta kind of plan it out.
Yeah. We need to find a good volunteer who's willing to stand in front of the car or something. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Oh, I thought of one other thing. So I think another nice advantage with this is it has all of the different onboard power output options. But no, I don't. Where all are they all?
So there, you have in the front, you have power, and then in the tailgate you have 3 lined up. I'd have to look up the actual power out that it puts out. But yeah, you can definitely run a lot of things if you were camping or anything like that. Right off the truck.
And I guess especially with the battery size in here, if you're running, I don't know, you could probably run a electric induction stove off of here, a tea kettle. Right. What else would you do with camping? I don't know, lighting and stuff.
Tailgating and stuff like that. You can, put a TV in the bed. And
actually, you could probably run a TV. I mean, especially with how efficient they are nowadays. I bet a TV you could probably run it for at least days, if not even like weeks or something, off of the battery in here. This would be a really, I hadn't thought of that, but this would be a really, really good car camping vehicle. Yeah. I'm sure you can find like mattresses that would go in the bed. And with taking out the midgate, you hardly even need
You can lower the midgate, you'd probably need a better tonneau cover. Like the soft one that's on this, I'm not really a fan of. But if it was more like the Avalanche where you had those panels. I mean, you'd kind of just have to slide in there. Half in the cab, half in the bed, but you have, at 6'5", I can stretch out with room to spare.
Jeez. And you could even keep the climate control going on in here and everything. It'd be very comfortable. All right, so we'll take a little look just around here now. And first off, one of the interesting things that David just mentioned to me is such a high PSI rating on the tires here, I guess just because of the weight of the vehicle, and also probably need it at this pressure, especially if you are towing something or are loaded up to like the max payload. But yeah, 61 PSI in the front and 68 in the rear is about the highest I think I've ever seen. And then here's all of your trailering information. So this vehicle itself, I guess loaded up is where's that curb weight? So curb weight is 8,957 pounds, max payload 1,543, and 10,000 pounds of towing. So here's all the space in the front, and I would say not only was this seat comfortable for me at 6'1", but I could definitely go more forward and be quite comfortable. And then just look at how much space is in the back here. I mean, my knees are here, seat is here. That's, I don't even know, a foot or two of knee space here. So just massive. And then I've got ample room here for multiple other people. Like this middle seat really is not much of a compromise. Oh yeah, it's pretty comfortable. A little bit benchy, but and because of this thing here in the middle, I probably want to sit like this if I'm on a longer trip to be comfortable, but that's still plenty of room for the other people. And if I had to go like this for a little while, I'd be fine. You have 2 USB-C ports back here, heated seats in the back, I guess the 2 exterior seats, not the middle one. And then, is this a full-on power? Yeah, full-on power outlet there. A little storage space there. You have these pockets for storage, and got handles everywhere to hang on to. And then here is this mid-gate that comes out. So I'm not going to take this off now, but you flip this down and that'll allow you to remove it. And I think what is it? I think that, yeah, that'll even flip out, so you can get, I guess that gives you that extra loading storage here. And you could even like stick some other stuff in here. Looks like this has Bose speaker system is another feature here of the Launch Edition. And this is a little cup holder here in the middle. But yeah, and I mean, even with this midgate that detaches, so it's not like a fully built-in thing, you would expect maybe there'd be like some rattles and stuff, but I didn't notice anything while we were driving around. Very good like sound deadening and everything here. NVH is excellent. And then plenty of room here for multiple bottles and other storage. So we have power seats as well. And we have memory settings for the seats too, which is awesome. One thing I wish we had in our Equinox that we don't in the 2RS trim is memory seats like this. That only comes in the 3RS trim. And then here's controls for I guess like your lane departure warning. I guess this is probably how you lift the suspension up and down, and then the front and the rear, I guess. And then you have this huge space here, center console with, I think that's just a light, and USB-C charging there. Looks like that's actually wireless charging pad, which we don't have in our Equinox, and another 2 USB-C ports up there too. So lots of charging in here. And this little thing there, we got a little storage space for like a phone or something up in here, and then your glove box too.
They didn't even know I was gone.
And then there's a bed. Let's see. So this tests my lack of knowledge of a truck person. I don't know what the difference between these pictures means. I guess this is like all the way down maybe? And this one is... Oh, okay, I see. Oh, it's 2 different
Yeah, so the
gates.
top button does basically where you can have like a table, and then it'll lift up for your load stop.
Okay.
And then this goes up.
Yep.
This one will bring this one brings the whole gate down.
Okay, yeah. And then, oh yeah, and steps.
Becomes a step.
Wow.
Kicker makes a speaker system for Bluetooth.
I was gonna ask,
that
yeah.
goes in here.
Okay, yeah. I saw when I looked at the Hummer, they actually had it installed.
Okay.
The one that they had, which was really cool. But that's, wow, sweet. Does it have like the little pole that you use to lift up
No,
to?
so that would be on this side.
Yeah.
The handle.
Yeah.
They have it in a Silverado,
Okay,
but they don't have it in this.
Interesting. Wow, that's huge. I was saying, I was pleasantly surprised that even with that midgate that comes out, I kind of forgot about it. I didn't hear it rattling or any noise or anything.
Did you show that? Did you,
yeah. Oh, I didn't take it like out, but no.
So basically, you lift up the seat cushion first, then...
Let me get on the other side.
So seat cushion, you lift the loop. It's a 60-40 split.
Oh, cool.
And then you have one on the side there that you're going to pull.
Okay. Yep.
Which is going to be for this. And then you see a little circle on the headrest. If you did that, that'll fill the headrest.
Yep. Okay.
Notice you didn't move these seats at all.
Yeah.
We were just sitting where we were comfortable in the front, so it doesn't really get in the way.
That's what I said, like even, so I'm 6'1", this seat was back like more than far enough for me. I could have easily had it forward even more. And then the amount of like leg room that you have in here is astounding. And then you said you're 6'5", right?
6'5",
yeah,
correct.
And no problem with the seat from there either. Oh wow.
And this also is a 60-40.
Yeah.
So let's say it's something
so you could
long,
you
can have one up for a seat, you can have the other one down for the longer item.
Oh wow.
The glass does come out as well. There's a couple tabs on top.
Yeah.
And then that stows away on the back of this.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you don't have to worry about throwing it in the back and breaking it. Yeah.
Put it in here and it's gonna, be protected.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's so, like with everything powered like that, it's so easy.
Super easy.
That's amazing. I guess it's kind of like they're sort of using the same, I don't know if technology is the right word, but like the same system and stuff as in the Hummer where you can take the roof off.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
That's cool.
What
is does Chevy have like a, I'm gonna just give like the competition, but like a, like Bronco-ish kind of type of thing? Like what would be the most off-roady thing
it will be the Trail Boss when it comes out.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's some pictures of what it will look like online.
Yeah.
There's very limited information at the moment. But you'll see more aggressive tires. You'll probably have a different front end where you have better approach angles and things like that.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of cosmetic differences usually you'll see on a different packages and trims.
Yeah.
And then suspension, that sort of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether they put the same suspension as this or they put something a little different for more off-road use.
Would you think they would do like a soft top or
that's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. The fact that they have it with the Hummer, are they going to leave it just for that and just give us the glass roof?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how much that actually sells the vehicles or anything. But
right. Like you think like the Wrangler has that canvas power top.
Yeah.
Would they ever put something like that in this?
Yeah.
Be cool.
Yeah. I mean, still this like this though is amazing. I could do, this would be actually, if the next time I'm in Denver, they have this version or they're willing to do the work truck, this would make a ton of sense for us. So like, to me, that trip for us is the like ultimate test of a vehicle, because we have 5 humans, granted 3 are fairly small children, but still, and then 5 people's worth of ski equipment. So we've got to fit all of us in the vehicle, plus, you know, like getting 2 big ski bags in something is quite difficult. So this last time we had to do a F-150 gas version, but this would be like the perfect thing for it, because our skis would definitely fit without even having to put the midgate down. But like worst case, if we even needed to do that, you could just put the one side down and still have this other part. So, all right, yeah. Why don't you ship this one out to Denver for us, and we'll use it in April.
So 2 120 volt outlets, 20 amp, and then a 240 30 amp.
Oh wow.
I don't know what these are.
Like sort of like
They look
fuses?
like LEDs.
Yeah.
Like it looks like there's an LED behind.
Oh yeah, yeah. Huh. Who knows? Would it be for
Like
accessories or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
I don't know. Wow.
See the little Easter eggs in the taillights? The
No,
reverse
no.
lights
No.
are the, if you look at the letter E,
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
reverse light.
Yeah, like they're like the Ultium logo or symbol, right? Yeah.
you'll see that little logo in different spots on side steps,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
I noticed it in the in our Equinox. It's on the kick plates on the doors. All right, so that is the Chevy Silverado EV, the Launch Edition RST, which I'm blown away. That was such a cool driving experience, and just the capabilities of it are incredible. Like we said before, it's kind of a vehicle that you make like almost no sacrifices with, and can do a little bit of everything, from trailering to being that family hauler and road trip vehicle to I don't know, going around and
Fun to drive launches.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
just
All
all sorts of fun stuff.
I don't think they were prepared next to us, but we took on the there was a G-Wagon AMG next to us at that light when we did it. I think they weren't ready. Yeah, absolutely love this vehicle, and it's not exactly like the thing that we need in our family right now, but I could absolutely see us getting into something like this. Even just with the kids taking all their junk to hockey practice and skiing, having all of this capability would be fantastic. So thanks again, Dave. Really appreciate you not only taking all the time, but answering all of my questions. And it's amazing that you know all of this stuff about the EVs as well as the non-EVs still.
Try. It's a constant struggle of studying and making sure you're on top of things, and then remembering what's what.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
slip up every now and then, but
Yeah, I mean,
you know where to find the answers if you don't have them.
exactly, yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And if you are interested in any of Chevy's range, whether it's their EVs, which I highly recommend, or not, then the place to go here is Shumacher Chevy in Livingston. Ask for Dave V or any of the sales staff, but start with him. And he will help hook you up, answer all your questions, and find something that works the best for you. Maybe it is the Silverado, or maybe it's something like the Equinox, like it was for us, or maybe it's something in their ICE range too. So we don't discriminate here.
We help you with all of it. We're very low pressure, very easy to deal with, and we try to be as knowledgeable as we can to give you the information you'll need to make the right decision for you and your family.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm +1 on that. The reason we came here is that experience was phenomenal. We were able to do pretty much everything over like email and text. Yeah,
email and text.
And everything was ready to go, and no pressure at all. And like, I was shocked just how easy it was. So come on by. All right, well with that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you out there for another electric adventure soon.